Greetings from Ahsenqazi, and today we'll be talking about team building, and we'll be talking about a famous model given by a very famous person, Bruce Tuckman, on team building. So first of all, in this presentation I'll be talking about the importance of team building, and then I'll be talking about Bruce Tuckman's model. So since the time we were kids, we were playing football, we were playing cricket, at our home, in our university, in our school, in our college. So we worked in teams. So as you realize, working in a team is different than working alone. And there can sometimes be a very good team. You did very well in your football team, but you probably couldn't do well on your university projects. So you couldn't get along with those people. What are those things which could help you make a high performing team, and what are those things which could undermine a team? We'll be talking about this in more detail. So right now I just want you to visualize all those times you played football, you played hockey with your teams, or you played some board games with another team member, and what were the good things you liked about that team, and what were the bad things. You remember you had some conflict, you had some fights over certain things. So keep that in mind. Now I'm talking about Bruce Tuckman's model. The Bruce Tuckman model comprises of 4 stages. Okay, Bruce Tuckman gave this theory, gave this model to have better team performance, and how you could excel in teamwork, how you get high performing teams. The first stage is called the forming stage. At this stage, the team is formed, everybody gets together, right? So people don't know each other, they're trying to find out who's good in what, who does who, they're trying to size each other up, how much depth does he have, how much knowledge does he have. The team leader has not been selected so far, or somebody else has to select a team leader, so there is no direction at this stage. So this is the first stage of team building. Then we have the next stage, which is storming. At this stage, the team members, they get some tasks and they're not really clear about who will do what. So there's a conflict on resources, there's a conflict on responsibility. So there might be conflict between the team leader and the individual members. Alright, these things are quite common in the storming, and it's the job of the team leader to come up ways of solving problems, ways of getting together the team, ways of gelling them together, and also getting rid of the conflicts. Alright, so he can get rid of the conflicts, and then he can go to the next stage. The conflicts might be over small things, or maybe it might be over big things. So it's the job of the team leader to have justice in the team, and to make it a high performing team. So after the team has gone through the storming, then it reaches the next level, which is the third stage, right, which is called norming. Norming is like where procedures are developed, where the SOPs for the company or for that team are developed. Alright, so you have procedures, you have SOPs, that this person, this team member is good in this team member is good in this. So you assign the task according to the capability of that person. Now this is the key, because all the conflict, after that conflict, you need to norm the team, you need to solve all those problems, you need to have a balance, you need to balance the team so that everybody knows their place and everybody can contribute towards the vision, the goal of that team. The norming stage is the key stage in the team building model. Then we have the performing stage. The performing stage is the last stage where you have a high performing team. On the basis of the norming you carried out, and on the basis of the conflict resolution you did in the second and third phase, alright, you can have high performing teams in the fourth stage. Now the second stage, which is the storming stage, you can have conflict, and therefore you can have low performance there. Okay, the performance will not be optimum because you are concentrating on conflict, you are concentrating on other things, you are not focusing on the team goals. But the performance will be much more in the third stage, and of course it will be at the peak in the fourth stage where you have high performing teams. Now it takes some time to reach the fourth stage. Sometime for some teams it might take forever, they might not reach the performing level. But if there's good leadership, if there's a good team leader, he can get rid of those conflicts and we can start performing at the higher level, at the highest level. Now we have a tool where you can accelerate your team performance and where you can have less conflict, you can have better communication, and we'll be talking about that in the subsequent videos. So this is a series of videos, so please watch this series and benefit from this team model. If you would like a copy of these slides, if you like a copy of this model and article, please send an email, and the email address is given here. You can send us an email, alright, and we'll be sure to follow up with you. Thank you very much.